Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Chrono Odyssey. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before we get into that, please go watch my previous channel when I first started the game and was playing through and doing the missions and stuff like that, just so you can get a feel of how the game was actually being played. Now, when I first started this, I thought that my graphics card was the problem, but it turns out the game is really janky. So it's missing a lot of things. It has a lot of problems. But once again, it's just a playtest. So it's like you can't really expect a lot of out of a game that you're just playtesting. You can only just play it, get a feel for it, you know, and try to enjoy it. I mean, you don't need to criticize it and be like, "Oh, wow, the game's just bad. This is bad. Everything's bad. This needs to be done. That needs to be done." They already know that things needs to be fixed. They're just letting us play it so they can figure out what's ready and what's not ready. This is why it's a playtest. And it says playtest. It didn't say alpha, it didn't say beta, it just says playtest. So in the near future, let's look out for an alpha and then look out for the beta. I believe the beta would be the last improvements that they need in order to fix the game. So that's them basically telling us, hey, this is the beta, few more tweaks, and the game's coming out. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So as far as the gameplay goes with Chrono Odyssey, I personally didn't really see a problem except for the mechanics and the little bugs. Certain classes that do certain things, like with the swordman, if you look here and you switch to the dual blades, I have the ability to counter, right? And some some characters, some classes, they don't have that ability. I personally like the counter because it's like it's different. You know, not many MMORPGs they have that ability. You if you played the first Berserker Kazan, which I'm playing now. If you want to go check out my channel, I'm playing that, and you can block, parry, counter. You can do all these amazing things, which I find to be really cool. When I started playing Chrono Odyssey, and I noticed that you can counter, the counter is okay. It's a move where you kind of just sit there and then you wait for them to strike, and then bam, you do the counter. Can it be better? Yes. But is it a good start? Also, yes, it's a good start to a different way of playing an MMO. I don't know if you guys played MMOs as much as I do, but I play a lot of MMOs. I haven't streamed a lot of MMOs and I haven't really recorded or posted any of my MMOs that I play, but I played a lot of MMOs. I played Blessed Unleashed, I've played New World, I've played Throne and Liberty. So I do know a little bit about how RPGs work and what to expect. Now, me personally, I the the crafting part and the grindy part of getting iron materials, all of that good stuff. Like I love doing that type of stuff because for me it's fun. I don't know. I like making my own things. Like I don't like killing a certain monster, farming them for gear and pieces and stuff. I never liked it. I played World of Warcraft and it was something like that where you get into a dungeon and then you farm certain gear. Throne of Liberty is the same way. You farm certain gear. Um, as far as crafting your own gear, I mean, yes, in Throne of Liberty you can craft your own gear, which is also good. But for me personally, I just love going out chopping down trees, harvesting herbs, or picking up like cotton, whatever you need to craft your own gear. And the crafting system is really not that bad. I mean, it does need a little bit of work. I'll show you real quick. Like some of the stuff I was able to craft and get to with just a single playthrough so far. Let me just head back to the town. Now I'm hoping later on that there's more than just one town. So far, it's just this one town. Hopefully they are working on that, and it's not just this one town, because I feel like it's gonna really ruin the game if it's like that. But once again, it's just a playtest, so we don't really know what they're adding. So far we can't do too much. They got this bounty board here, which I thought was pretty cool. I did a couple of bounties here. Um, I did the first list. Couldn't find the first guy. I'm not even sure where he was, but I didn't really have time to go around and look for him. And I'm pretty sure he's not. He's probably in the game somewhere, but their placement of these characters are not where they say they are. So that's a bit of a problem. That's actually a huge problem for me. Like if you telling me that they're in a certain spot and they're not there, that's a huge problem. But anyway, uh, for most of you guys probably played through it. If you didn't, this is where you go to craft your tools, your pickaxe, your logging axe, your butcher's knife, your fishing pole, your campfires, and like it's pretty simple stuff. You just need a certain amount of materials. You need like iron ore, young wood. You know, this lesser arch is stuff that you get from like mining these things, or you know, anything doing it has anything to do with life skills. You'll get the lesser, the greater, or whatever you need, intermediate, and then I believe it's advanced. There you go, and then superior. So like these things you'll get the higher you go, which is fine. Um, so like it's pretty straightforward. The only thing I don't like is that everything is in one area. Like you can find titanium like right outside the village. You can find platinum, meteorites. Everything's just like right there. Now I'm guessing they only did this to give you like an example of what you're gonna be looking for. So they put everything in this one little area, which which is okay. And like I said, as far as the crafting go, it's pretty straightforward. They tell you what you need, where to get it, not where to get it. That's the problem. They don't tell you where to get these materials. They just tell you that you need these materials. Now, of course, if you go through the game and you look and you do your research, you'll find out what you need. You find out how to get it. There's missions that'll teach you how to do these things. Yes, they don't tell you where these missions are. You pretty much have to explore, and I think that's what they want you to do, which most MMOs are like that. They want you to explore so you can get a feel of their game. They're not going to tell you where to go. Sometimes, most of the times, yes, they'll walk you through it. It's a tutorial. Hey, you want to be this, you go here, you do this. Only some MMOs, you don't want them to hold your hand like that. If you played any MMOs, you already know what to do. You already know where to go and how about going to get it. So like this guy here, no one knows, no one knew that this is where you go to buy your tools if you want to start off, and then you make your own tools after that. You have to figure that out. You have to go talk to everybody. So like once you get into this town, your goal was to talk to everybody in this town. Now, if you went off and did a mission straight away, if you go back and watch my video, like I said before, you'll see that you'll get lost if you just go and try to do the missions off top. Uh, now I'm not gonna try to bring anyone's name into this, but there's gonna be other videos out there where they fought the first boss, and he was very hard. But in my video, he was hard. But the point is, I beat him, and I had pretty much like jumped ahead and not had to go back and do what everybody else did, where they fought the boss, lost, left the cave or the dungeon or whatever or what have you, and continued on with the mission, and then fought the guy later. Well, I didn't have to do that because I went back and beat him. Now you'll hear a lot of people complaining like, "Oh, I don't understand the mechanics. I can't tell what he's doing. I can't beat him. I can't dodge him. I can't do this." The thing is, you can't. It's just it's gonna take you some time to understand the boss's pattern and how to beat him. He wasn't impossible. Yes, was he hard? Yes, because he hits you for like 400, 500 damage, and that's all the health you start off with. You start off with like the least amount of health, which is like 700, I believe. You grow at least 2 or 3 levels before you get there. Can the boss be beaten? Yes, he can be beaten. Is it easier with certain characters? Yes, I'm going to say that there's certain characters that you can use and it's a lot easier. Like I chose the swordsman and it was a lot easier for me to beat the boss because I had the counter skill where I used my dual blades. And so I was able to counter a lot of the moves that he was doing and I was doing a lot of damage. Now, did I know that at the time? No, that's just from me playing a whole bunch of Souls games. I was able to get that, that pattern down and was able to beat him. Now, if you choose another character, and once again, once the game come out, you have access to a paladin. You'll have access to the, I believe it's a sorcerer, and then you'll have access to an assassin. So it might be a little bit easier for those characters, but that's just personal preference. You don't have to beat that first boss, and you'll find that out once you play the game. Now, I want to talk about the mechanics, and I want to talk about the the choppiness of the game. Now, the game's graphics are really bad. Now, I don't know if it's because they're trying to do too much detail, too much stuff going on. As you can see on my screen, I'm only getting like 36 FPS. It's supposed to be unlimited. I don't know. It's not giving me unlimited. I'm not getting that many frames. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it's something that has to do with them because I don't have the latest graphic card, but I do have the I guess you could say the second to the latest graphics card. So I should not be having any problems, but I have problems. Um, what I don't like is certain buttons. They don't tell you. Well, they tell you how it works in the beginning, but then if you're not paying attention, then you forget. So, like for a long time, I didn't know how to summon my mount, and I found out that there's multiple buttons that I had to press in order to switch the menus. Did not pay attention to that. Did not realize that, and I ended up using the keyboard a good majority of the times to figure things out. So, as far as the mounts go, it's also a mission you have to find out. It's far out in the game. I'm not sure why they put it so far out, but it is possible to get. It's really easy to get. And honestly, the movement with the horse is really good. Everything's good, in my opinion. You're gonna, other people are gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. You can disagree with me, but I felt like it was good. The fighting is okay. So let's fight a little bit. So now my problem with fighting, in fact, let's go to multiple targets because this is the problem with the fighting. Now when you get into battle and you have multiple targets, it automatically switches, right? And when it does that, you kind of miss in a sense. You'll miss and then swing in the wrong direction. And if you're fighting multiple enemies, that will really mess you up. So their locking system, I don't know if you can change it. I haven't tried to change it, but it definitely needs to be changed because it really does make it hard to fight in this game. Now you'll see big area bosses. That's for like everybody to fight with. Like it's a massive boss. And this is a problem because like in the beginning of the game, you're not going to be able to beat this. You're not going to be high enough to beat it. They hit very hard. You will need a party or a big group to fight this thing. Now, of course, if you level up, you'll have a little bit of an easier time. It's a little bit more fun. And that it'll just help you test your strength. Right? So like right now you'll see I'm just fighting this guy. I'm doing okay because of the fact that I'm like level 16. I've got really high level gear, which I crafted myself, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. I'm probably gonna lose here because it's like I said, it's a world boss. I guess you could say it's like a area boss, world boss, area boss, whatever you want to call it. And it will take a long time. It will take a long time. It will take a lot of energy Stamina's a problem with this game. You run out of stamina, you barely move, which is not good. I wish they would take that stamina stuff out. Because there's no way to, like, I don't know, you can't tell if your stamina is even increased, right? You can't tell. So, shoot, hold on, let me try to do something here. Get this boss a little bit lower. Cooldown times on here need for a little bit more work. I think they're way too high, especially when it comes to a healing potion. It's like if you don't have a healer on your team, healing takes forever. So be sure that you have really good healing or you're high up there. Like, I mean health-wise and everything. So normally this would take like 6-7 people to beat. Maybe more if you had like a bigger crowd. You'll see that I'm doing kind of like the same moves all the time because this is one of my most powerful moves here, and I do a ton of damage. Alright, I do a lot of damage, but as you can see, I take a lot of damage too. So like I have like some abilities that kind of keep me invulnerable. Like I can't be hurt for a while, but it takes a long time to get that going. Like right now. So it took 105 seconds in order to get this going, so I could do some major damage to it. Now imagine I'm fighting this thing by myself. So if I had a group right now, this would be a little bit more easy. And this is me at level 16. Right, with some blue gear, I'll show you. Once again, I'll show you after I'm done here. I just want to give you guys like an idea of what you're gonna be dealing with. Like you see how I'm just like taking so much damage. They do stun moves, they do like knockdown moves, and it's just really hard for you to take down a boss by yourself. I'm probably gonna die here. I'm really low. I need some time to heal. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Oh, I got it off. I got lucky. So it's like, imagine dealing with this early on in the game. This is a problem for some, and you will die. You definitely will die if you're low level, just now starting the game, and you try to fight this with a group of people. You still will die. Right now, you see I'm having a hard time. It's because of the tracking system. Now the tracking system keeps moving me in places I don't want to be. So it's kind of hard for me to like get out of his way, not take so much damage. Counters will not work. I died. Okay, well, you see that I died. But I did get him pretty low. But fighting regular monsters it's a little bit easier than that. I'm too high now, so I can't show you like how it is when you first start off, but if you go back and watch my video, you'll see how hard it is. Other than that, the battling system is not bad, but you'll hear a lot of people complaining about it. But it's not bad. Targeting system is bad. The battling system, not that bad. Your abilities, not that bad. The power you get comes from your weapons, comes from your level. That's most MMORPGs. Not that bad. One enemy right now, about to attack. One move. That's a combo. Not bad. Have other combos where I do multiple strikes. Honestly, I gotta tell you guys, this battling system, way better than New World. I great sword in New World, I swing way slower than this. I have absolutely, and I dodge way better than I do in New World. Can it be better? Yes, it definitely can be better, but that's why this is a playtest, so they'll understand that it can be better. This is why we playtest these games, so we can let them know what needs to be fixed. So judging a game based off of a few hours of playing it is not enough. So let's talk about gear, right? Okay, like I said, I craft my own gear. You see that I have tier 3 gear. I craft myself, gathered the material myself, and made it myself. Now these purple gear, of course I got by running through the missions, doing whatever, doing certain dungeons, which I can't really get into with the dungeons. The dungeons are not good. I don't think they're ready. You'll go into a dungeon solo, or you'll go into a dungeon with a team. If you don't have a team, you're not getting in those dungeons. There's some dungeons where you actually need a party of 2 to 3 people. So you're not getting in those if you don't have anybody. There's solo dungeons, but the solo dungeons are lacking. You go in there, you hit a few switches, and then you're out. That's boring. I don't know what that is. I don't know why they did that. That's just terrible. Then there's trial runs. You will do these trials. If you fail the trial, first you get a key. You fail the trial's over. You'd have to buy another key. I don't know why they did that. Buying keys, and after failing a trial, not gonna pan out really well. Is the graphics lacking? Yes, the graphics. As you can see, this is I have a 4070 RTX, and the graphics are horrible. I'm on Epic right now, and my graphics are lacking. The loading times, I don't know what it is, but you can see like it's really really bad. Now, as far as the skills go, I didn't get too far with the skills. You're not really gonna get far with the skills because they only give you a few days to like get a feel for their game. So there's not really much I can talk about as far as like the weapons. But I did make another class, and to see, you know, if the weapons were better, if it was a lot smoother. I gotta say the archer is actually a little bit more fun. They have a little bit more mobility than the swordsman, which is, I guess, understandable. I would fight this guy, but I don't really feel like it. I'm just gonna get on my horse real quick, if I can. Now, as you can see, I got most of the map cleared. This is as far as they'll let me go within the game. And I pretty much just ran over here. I didn't have to really fight anything. I was just trying to see how far I can go. And it was not bad. It it's not bad. When you open up a map, it, or you get a checkpoint, or you hit a teleport, or you hit I want to call these like shrines, survey beacons. Okay, survey beacons. They open up the map a little bit more so you can see what's going on. Once again, is the game bad? You can't judge. You can't really judge it. I'm not gonna say the game's bad. I'm not gonna say the game's good. I'm just gonna say it's not ready. To be honest, I enjoyed this game. Was there a lot of messed up things going on with this game? Yes, because like I'm saying, it's still new. So there's a lot of bugs. There's trees that are lifted off the ground. There's like holes in rocks, and there's like things missing in certain places. There's things you can't do. In fact, I even locked up in combat mode and had to turn off my game and wait for like 20-30 minutes in order for the combat to wear off in order to log back in, which I'll probably show you guys at the end. I'll show you the video. Um, as far as the climbing, I rather enjoy the climbing. The climbing on here is really nice. You can get in certain areas in other games you actually can't. They have a double jump ability on here, which I think is great. I enjoy the double jump ability. I like the fact that I can climb certain places without needing to like have a certain route to go to. I like these puzzles here. This is like I guess you can say it's like a climbing puzzle. Little things here and there that you can do in the game, which I think is pretty cool. Of course, it needs some type of fixes because like a lot of the things are not registering. But other than that, the game is okay. Would I put it out? No, I wouldn't put this game out right now. There's so much work to be done. Um, but yeah, fall damage. There's fall damage. Not a lot. You do heal up pretty quickly. Like I said, targeting system needs work. What else needs work? Like I said, I'm not a big fan of everything being in one small area. Like this is titanium. I shouldn't be able to find it so easily. I think like if I was in a higher area, it'd be a lot better. Um, you can break your gear, which is cool. You can repair it. That's fine. Everybody needs to repair every once in a while. That's standard. What I don't like is that they charge you to make your own gear. Now, if I gather the materials and I do all the work, I don't feel like I should be charged any gold. I don't think that's a good idea to be charged gold for fixing things or making my own stuff when I gathered all the material. I can understand if they had another, or you just give the material to the blacksmith and he makes it for you and then they charge you, he charges you. That's different. But there's no one there. There's no one at these benches and you're being charged to use these, these areas. That doesn't make any sense. Change that. Fix that. That makes absolutely no sense. Um as you can see, if your durability is too low, you won't be able to mine. You won't be able to do anything if your durability is too low. So you have to go fix that, which is not bad, not a problem. You can kill ducks. Okay, see, that's a problem. I should have to lock on just to kill this. I can't even hit it. Why? Pointless. So I have to use a certain ability just to kill these things. That's a problem. If I'm aiming at them, if I'm targeting at them, I should be able to hit them with no problem. That's an issue. They need to fix that. See, this is the little stuff that I was talking about. There's so many little bugs in this game, but people are already giving it a bad rating, already saying that it's a bad game, which is not true. Is it messed up? Yes, but that doesn't make it a bad game. And I'm tired of hearing people saying like, "Oh, it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be good because of this, because of that, because of that." Look, bad games are bad because people put them out when they're bad, when they're not fixed, when there's so many things wrong with them. That's what makes a game bad. New World made that mistake. They brought out a game and it wasn't ready. You can't do that. Don't bring out a game and you gotta update or you gotta do some type of maintenance just to fix it. That makes a game bad, unplayable, and of course, a lot of people are not gonna want to play it because of that. So that's what makes a game bad, not the fact that it's in testing and they're just like, hey, if you put out a game and it's not ready, that's what make a bad game. Don't rush this game and put it out and it's not ready. It's not going to be good. It's going to be a bad game because it's not ready. So no, I don't think this game is bad. Does it have the potential to be really good? It does. It really does. There's just a lot of things they need to fix. Certain things don't need to be certain places. It's unnecessary. Fix your icons. They're not in the right spot. Let people know what target they're looking for. If you're going to put in a targeting system, you're going to put in a system where, oh, come this way and the enemy should be here, make sure it's accurate. Because that will piss a lot of people off when they go somewhere and the target they're looking for is in a whole nother area, nowhere near where the marker is. That's a problem. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on Chrono Odyssey. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's a good game. I just think it's a game that's not ready, and that's the reason why we're playtesting it. So, I mean, if you want to listen to other people, watch other people's videos and say, oh, this is a bad game, it's going to be a bad game when it comes out, that's their opinion. And this is my opinion. It's not a bad game. It's not a good game. It's just a game that's not ready. Does it have good qualities? Yes. Does it have bad qualities? Of course it does. Because it's just a test. They just want to see how far they are before they bring out the game. That's the whole point of a test. That's the whole point of an alpha. That's the whole point of a beta. Free testing out of the people. That's basically what it is. Customer customer. I'm sorry. Character design. I like the character design. The character design is really good. Most games, it's not that good, but this was really good. Like the detail was insane. Was it choppy? Some people said it was choppy. I don't see it. I didn't try to be all weird about customizing my character. I tried to be really professional about it because my character is just how I want my character to be. I like to look at my character. That's just how I am. So I just want to show you a few things that kind of bother me about this game. Now, as you can see by settings, right? I where is it? Okay, so as far as as you can see, my graphics is at epic. I'm pretty sure there's a higher setting, but I don't have it on there. I want to go to. Okay, so this is my sound, right? I have everything at 24. It's really, really low, right? Okay, I'm gonna exit out because I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna change characters instead. So me, I always change character. I always make multiple characters because I'm just that guy that likes to test out other characters, other classes, and stuff like that. When I play an MMORPG, I do it all the time. It's just how I am. So, of course, I made a female character, and I chose the archer. Right? She looks awesome, right? Yeah, I know. Okay, you see, she's a level 8, and I just started this today. I mean, this is the last day of the test, and I just want to like, cause there's not really much for me to do on my other account. I was just messing around with like harvesting and you know butchering and gathering and all that other good stuff because I like doing that stuff personally. Like I really love that type of aspect of the game. It's fun for me. It may not be fun for other people, but it's definitely fun for me. I like leveling up and maxing out on my my craft. So I wonder if I can do this. I want to see if I can do this mission one more time and show you guys how loud this thing is. Now I don't know if this is all the cinemas or it's just this one. I know the beginning. I will show you guys the beginning intro. Now you guys saw my audio, right? It's really low. Because I don't like it to be too loud. I don't like loud noise in my ear all the time. So I lowered it really low. And I'm trying to jump down here without dying. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a lot of hits here. Alright, cool. So... I don't think I can do this again, but I'm gonna go in here real quick and see if I can activate this thing again. Yeah, looks like I can. Okay, so this is the boss that I was telling you about, right? This is the boss you fight in the beginning, not the very beginning of the game, but once you get to the... Now, do you hear that? You hear how loud that is? Okay, so you saw I didn't change any of my audio settings. That mess is so loud, and it does the same thing when you first open up the game. It is so loud. I don't know why it's so loud, and that's something they need to fix. Because if I change my audio and I lower my audio and that's still loud and it's overpowering like it is, that's gonna be a problem. That's a problem. Because it shouldn't be like that. They need to fix that. That's something that they definitely need to look into and they need to fix. Now, this is the boss that I was telling you guys about that you fight, that you don't have to fight. You can come back later and fight. But I fought him and I won. I beat him. And I fought him with this character. But with this character, I had to actually level up a little bit and come back because I didn't have the moves to beat this character with the archer. I mean, rapier weapon, there is a counter, but it's not as smooth with the swordman. It's not as smooth as it was with the swordsman. The swordsman with the dual blades was way smoother. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that noise. It was so loud, so overpowering, and that's something they need to fix. And I think it's like happening throughout the game during cinema scenes or whatever it is. I don't know, but that's one thing they need to fix. Like I said, there's bugs, there's trees off the ground type stuff they need to fix. You get locked. You get locked in combat. They need to fix that. Just a lot of bugs, but that's why it's a test. So I wouldn't judge this game too harshly like everyone else is judging it. But once again, that's my opinion. So you take it how you want. I'm just saying, from my perspective, the game is not bad. I actually had a lot of fun playing it, testing it, and I look forward to this game coming out and being better than what it is. Just like I said, a few fixes that need to be done. Uh, they should probably take out like certain missions where you need players, you need other players, you need a party for. That's probably gonna kill the game because there's gonna be times where people don't have, they don't have friends playing this game with them. They're not gonna have, you know, yeah, if you're trying to bring the community together, I guess, but it's not going to end well, in my opinion. It really isn't. I have missions that I have to do, and I need a party to do it. I'm not probably not going to do it. But if it's part of the core mission or core game, then it's not going to get done. I would literally have to like jump in and you know hope that someone will pick me up or hope that someone would needs the same help that I need. So will it kill the game? Maybe it might kill the game, but for me, it's definitely gonna kill that mission because I don't want to do it. So like I was stuck on one of these missions. I believe it's in this area somewhere where I needed a party to complete it. It was like stop the ritual or something like that. And yeah, the only reason why I got it done is because someone just happened to be there doing the same thing, and I just jumped in. I didn't join a party. I didn't do anything like that. I was just there and happened to join in, and I completed it. But it's not going to happen all the time. Trust that's something that needs to be fixed. As far as visuals, like I said, the gear looks good. The weapons look good. Other people will disagree. That's fine. They don't like the gear. Okay, they don't like the gear. Great. I like it. I think it looks good. I like it, and I look forward to seeing what else kind of gear I can create. What else they got out there? Hopefully, they got more than this because this ain't enough. I need more. We need more. This is not gonna be enough. I can get this easily, and if the level cap is 50, people are gonna complete that day one. I know they are. So hopefully they make it so it's not so easy. Hopefully the storyline is really good. I honestly didn't care too much for the storyline. I didn't pay attention to it. It sounded cool. I mean, the whole clock system is new. That's cool, but it's like, I guess, whatever. It is what it is. Most MMOs, people don't pay attention to the story anyway. I think the only story I really paid attention to in an MMO was like Final Fantasy. And then even then, I was just like over the story after a while because if I have to keep buying DLCs after DLCs after DLCs just to continue the story, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. This story is not worth me paying hundreds of dollars just for me to hear it. But yeah, Final Fantasy 14 has a really good story, and I just didn't finish it all because I'm not gonna keep doing that. But I hope this has a really good story. So far, it's just could not pay attention to it because there was just so many other things that I visually saw that was wrong. And if you go through my, like I said, go back to my first video of me playing, you'll see all the visual things that were wrong and kind of distracting. And it kind of makes you like, do I really care about the story? No, not really. So, also, I feel like they should make the characters talk because a lot of people are not going to read. Reading to find out what's going on or find out what you have to do, that's old school. Like, No one's gonna do that. New age people, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna think like, whatever, I don't really care. I just want to do the mission because the mission's gonna tell you, go do that, go do that, go here, go there, go there. People are not gonna care about the story. So they just want high level gear, destroy awesome looking monsters, and be the strongest. That's basically what people want to do. I don't know what to tell them. That's just, yeah, that's how most MMOs go. So to the other people, other content creators who say this is a bad game, I disagree. It's not a bad game. It's just not a complete game. Is it going to be a get bad game? No. I feel like it has the potential to be a good game as long as they fix the small little problems and other stuff that will cause bigger problems. The game's not complete. It's not out yet. Give it some time. It's not a bad game. It's not a good game. It's an incomplete game. So that's my take on it. If you like the video, if you like what I said, if you agree with me, like, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel. Next time they do like a alpha, beta, whatever comes out with Chrono, I'll probably do like I'll play it throughout like its time. Like this was like a 3-day thing. If they do it again with an alpha, I'll play the whole 3 days straight. At least I'm gonna try to play the whole 3 days straight. But I feel like if you didn't play this game for more than 20 hours, you didn't really get a feel for it and you can't really comment on it. But that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, you can disagree with that if you want. That's fine. But honestly, I enjoyed this game. I enjoyed being able to get as far as I did with the little bit of time that I had. And the only thing, like I said, I see wrong with this game was like a couple of visual bugs, couple of mechanic bugs, and a couple of mission bugs. Like, fix those things and the game will be okay. It will be okay. Is it better than New World? In my opinion, yes. It is better than New World. Other people will disagree, but I like it better than New World. New World is lacking. It was just lacking in my opinion. Is it better than Throne and Liberty? No, it's not better than Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty is still pretty awesome. They had some problems, but it was really good. But once again, this is a game that's not complete, so I can't really compare them. I can't compare Throne and Liberty with this game, but New World, yeah, I can. I think New World is just not. It's not it. And I played that game recently too, before this one. So, and I still play Blessed. I have Blessed Unleashed. This is better than Blessed Unleashed, in my opinion. It is. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll check you out on my next video. Peace.